You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com. The Options Insider Radio Network is sponsored by Fidelity Investments. At Fidelity, you'll always get a great value for your options trades. And with powerful investing tools that provide clear next steps, plus independent research and a wide range of investment types, we can help you make better trading decisions. Learn more about options trading with Fidelity at fidelity.com/options. Options trading entails significant risk and is not appropriate for all investors. Certain complex option strategies carry additional risk. Before trading options, contact Fidelity Investments by calling 800-544-5115 to receive a copy of the characteristics and risks of standardized options. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, November 29th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Thursday. The first is WTI oil falls below $50. In commodities, oil prices sank to their lowest levels in more than a year, with the U.S. benchmark dropping below $50 as swelling domestic inventories and record production scared off investors. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were down 40 cents, or about 0.8%, at $49.89 per barrel by 5:35 a.m. Eastern, their lowest level since October 2017. U.S. commercial crude inventories rose by 3.6 million barrels to 450 million barrels last week, the Energy Information Administration said in a weekly report on Wednesday. That was the highest level in more than a year. Second thing to know today is Fed FOMC minutes. After Federal Reserve Chairman Jeremy Powell suggested the central bank may be nearing an end of its rate tightening cycle, investors are now looking ahead to minutes of the Fed's last meeting for further evidence on whether it has pivoted to a more dovish stance on policy. The minutes of the Fed's November 9th meeting are slated for release at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. In a speech on Wednesday, Powell said interest rates were just below the neutral level at which they neither stimulate nor hinder economic growth. The comments came less than 2 months after he said rates were probably a long way from that point. The third thing to know today is U.S. PCE inflation data is out. On the economic calendar, investors will get more data on the state of the U.S. consumer with personal income and spending data for October released at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. Economists expected personal income to rise 0.4% over the prior month, while spending is forecast to gain 0.4% according to estimates. The Fed's preferred inflation metric, core personal consumption expenditures, was also set for release this morning. The consensus forecast was that the report was to show that the core PCE price index inched up 0.2% last month. On an annualized basis, core PCE prices were expected to rise 1.9%. And the fourth thing to know today is U.S. futures pointing to a pullback. U.S. stock futures pointing to a lower open pre-opening. pulling back after the Dow notched its biggest one-day gain in 8 months. Fifth thing to know today is there was a police raid at Deutsche Bank's Frankfurt offices. Deutsche Bank shares fell 4% to approach their lowest level on record in Frankfurt, following news that roughly 170 criminal police officers, prosecutors, and tax inspectors searched 6 of its offices in and around Frankfurt on money laundering allegations. Investigators are probing the activities of 2 Deutsche Bank staff members who are alleged to have helped clients set up offshore firms to launder money, the Frankfurt Public Prosecutor's Office said. Deutsche Bank confirmed the search, adding that it is fully cooperating with the authorities. Our second story today is from Investing.com. Commodities top champ natural gas could see a more difficult 2019. Natural gas's rank as the number 1 commodity of 2018 looks sealed, but each new week of the cold season is raising the bar for the level of heating demand the market has to meet. Each shortcoming could punish gas prices in the new year, especially if production of the fuel remains at record highs, like now and market liquidity dries up like it has in crude oil. As at its Wednesday settlement of $4.70 for a million metric British thermal units on the New York Mercantile Exchange, natural gas returned almost 60% to the investor who bought it at the end of 2017 and held since. The next best performing commodity for the year is oats, which shows a gain of just 23%. For gas to maintain its huge payout and stay at the $4 per million metric British thermal units sweet spot, weekly draw numbers of the fuel from storage to help electricity generators meeting heating demand are key. If those don't come in line with expectations, then double-digit market swings could become the norm. Thinning market participation is already exacerbating volatility, causing daily moves of up to 19% lately. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Thursday, November 29th, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a nice day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.